Good afternoon. So the topic today is politicians redefining Indian democracy. To start with, we'll talk about Indian democracy. India is a parliamentary secular democratic republic. It is based on the federal structure of the government. We have a dual polity system that have a central authority and a state authority. And there is a bicameral legislature which consists of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha, which represents the states of Indian Federation and the people of India as a whole respectively. And now talking about the political parties and the leaders, as with any other democracy, the political parties represent different sections among the Indian society and the religions, and their core values plays a major role in politics of India. Now, India has a multi-party system where there are a number of national as well as religious parties. Now, since mid-90s, the social scientists have agreed that out of all countries where the democracy has emerged, its flourishing has been most improbable in India. This August, we celebrated the 73rd Independence Day. And through all these decades, we can say that in exception of Costa Rica, we have been achieved a long run of democratic since World War II. Now comes the topic, redefining of democracy. What is redefining of democracy? It just means that to preserve the democratic ideals, just by giving equal opportunity to all, irrespective of the majority or the minority. And the people have a right to change representatives if they gone wrong. And people are given equal opportunity everywhere. Now, there is no discrimination based on caste, religion or anything. And people are given social, economic protection from the government as well. Now, that is one part of the story. Now, let's think about the present scenario. What happens was on the 71st anniversary of our constitutions, and this year there has been many customary Republic Day celebrations, but it was overshadowed by the uncustomary protesters. Why? Why is this protest taking place? Convinced that the ruling party is destroying the constitutions, thousands, tens of thousands of people took to the streets and to demand the change. And they said the ruling parties was damaging the constitutional rules. It was because a week earlier there was a citizenship law that reeks of religious discrimination against the Muslims that came into action. And the bill lit many of the protesters. And now they tore up the veil of the fear and demonstrated in over hundreds of towns and cities. Human chains were enabled against the protest against this. Now, protesters recited the preamble of Constitution. They fought for their rights. Now, why is this happening in a democratic nation? This is where we have to think about the redefining of Indian democracy. And another thing what is happening is the ill effects of the social media that is happening here, because it is enabled a style of populist politics, which a negative side allows hate speech and extreme speech, because people thrive in their digital spaces and they talk in an unregulated or particularly in religious languages, and this has been an important problem since. Now, next thing is a nepotism in politics as well. As in any field, it is quite significant in the politic field also. Now, what we have to think at this scenario is we have to analyze and evaluate the idea of a great constitutional maker like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And his ideas and his thoughts are still relevant for so many issues that we are facing. It's still relevant. So, as I already said, we celebrated our 73rd Independence Day. So it's a great time to take a look back at what we have accomplished thus so far and where do we go from here, and remind us of a collective responsibility to leave our nation in an even better place than we were born. Thank you.